Good evening. What I'm about to talk to you tonight, well wait, hang on. I hope you all enjoyed two of my videos that I produced, and I hope you guys really liked it, and yeah, had some good variable views and that kind of stuff, so I want to just say from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Now, let me ask you guys something. Have you ever committed wrongdoings in your life? Anything? I have. Which is why on the next subject of Amal Productions, it is called The 7 Deadly Sins. Now, the 7 Deadly Sins originally came from Christianity, where a lot of people committed wrongdoings and have not followed God's laws or words or anything associated with that. But now I'd like to explain to you my kind of definition of the 7 Deadly Sins. Okay, now, if any of you thinks that you have not committed any of the 7 deadly sins, then I am sorry, you guys are lying through your teeth, because I think, in my opinion, that everybody's committed the 7 deadly sins, but no one has actually noticed that you have. Okay, now then, the first sin I'm going to talk about is probably one of the most easiest well-known of them all, is wrath, or anger, or something to do with that, but I call it wrath. Now, we all have a lot of anger, rage, and hatred in our lives. Alright, it can be a bit of like an illness or a bit of a mental problem if, you know, for people who have anger management problems or a bit of a short-temper fuse. You know, I'm not going to lie to you, you know, I do have a bit of a short temper, and I do lose it a bit, and I get angry at sometimes. But you know, it is still a sin, and I, as well as all of you lot, I just think with that sin we just need to try and, you know, calm it down, relax, just breathe. Don't let little things like, you know, something like that try and upset you or try and put you down. You know, just try and handle it a lot better, and I'm sure you can control your anger from time to time. I think that would help. Okay, the second sin is envy, or jealousy, meaning the same thing. Now, jealousy is something that you hate what people are doing, or people have something better than you, or relationships. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, I've committed envy myself, where, you know, I try and find, well, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Alright, okay, what the hell. Okay, yeah, I've been jealous of, you know, people's relationships. I've been jealous of people's success. I've been jealous about a lot of things, and you know, I'm not very proud of that. Now for my advice for people who got envy problems or anything like that of one of the 7 deadly sins, is to, you know, you have to accept, you just have to accept people for who they are and what they do, and you're just going to have to live with it. And if you don't, then yeah, it's going to create a lot of jealousy and a lot of tension and a lot of things and stuff. So yeah, jealousy, not really a good thing, or you probably want to be referred to as the green-eyed monster. It's just a figure of speech. It's just a figure of speech. Okay. Anything else about jealousy? Nah, I think that's enough. I explained that. Okay. The third sin is lust. Now, lust is like an obsession or something that is not, you know, abnormal, like, you know, probably like a lust for power, a lust for greed, and it sometimes can take over you in some sort of ways. Now, with lust, I just think, you know, you need to try and control it. I think you need to try and what's the word for lust? You know, just take it easy. Don't overdo it. Alright? And just, yeah, if I can think of something for lust, I'll probably let you know. I'm really sorry about the whole thing about lust, but I'll try and get back onto that one in a moment. Okay. But yeah, with lust, just be careful with that one. Just be careful. Okay, the fourth sin is greed. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. You know, I've been greedy myself. I've had problems with my money, and I overspend things, and I let that get to me, and it is a bit of a problem throughout these past few years. And I'm doing my best to try to control it and make sure it doesn't happen again. Now, with greed, you have to be careful. It's a bit like being selfish, alright? Now, yeah, you can get whatever you want, and, you know, you can have it all. You know, but with some of that becomes consequences and responsibility. Yes, you can have anything you want, but it comes at a cost. And what's that going to mean? I'm sure you guys will figure that out. I mean, yeah. But also, as well, with greed, you have to try and not be selfish and be considerate to other people. It really is. It's a true fact. Okay, the fifth sin is gluttony. Now, we all have, you know, an appetite of eating, and we all like to, you know, love our food, because, you know, without food we can't survive or live. Now, I can understand with the definition in terms of gluttony is a little bit of like a bit of greedy and selfish. Like, you're really hungry, you eat a lot of things, but you don't think about other people. Now that's gluttony. You know, you're glutton for punishment. Sorry if that was a bit if it was a bit you know, a bit forceful, but it's true. With gluttony, you know, you have to control what you eat. Okay, I'm not saying, like, you know, go on a, you know, strict diet, or, like, you know, eat less, but, you know, just eat a fair, reasonable amount of food for, you know, gluttony, and then that could help. I'm just saying. Okay. The sixth sin. Yeah, I think that's better. The sixth sin is sloth. Now, yeah, obviously we all need some sleep because it's actually good for you and it's really healthy. But when it comes to gluttony, with sloth, yeah, you can be lazy, but it can be a really terrible thing, because it, in my opinion, it just shows how, you know, it just shows, like, you know, you can be, like, reliable, and you only think about yourself, and you just like to, you know, rest a lot of times and stuff. But have a bit of a reasonable amount of rest, and don't be too lazy, as in, like, you know, you can't be bothered to do something, or you're way too tired, but, you know, that's your own fault. Try and be consistent with the way you handle your ways of consistency with waking up. Sorry about that. Okay, the final sin. Now, personally, I didn't think it was actually a sin, but it is. Number 7 is pride. Now, there is a definition of pride. Sometimes when I thought of pride, I thought it meant, like, you know, heroic, or you fight for pride or something like that. But no, it's not that kind of thing. Pride is a little bit like narcissism, cocky, and thinking that you're better than everybody else. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I've done that before. You know, I try to think I pride myself, and I'm a bit cocky, arrogant, or I seem to lose myself. But yeah, you just need to think about what other people are saying and doing, and you need to try and be accountable for yourself, and you need to try and not get cocky. Yeah, and I find you can, yeah, I can understand showing off is fine and fair enough though, but when it comes to other people, it just shows that you're just being a real jerk. Pride, you need to try and think about that one, people, because pride is not a good thing. Yeah, you can be proud, narcissistic, and you can be like the big shot all you want to, but at the end of the day, you're just not doing any favors, and and it's just giving you a bad reputation, in my opinion. But yeah, that's just how I feel about pride. Now, fair enough that, you know, people might agree or disagree with some of the things I say, and if I'm sorry if I don't make that much sense, but that's just my opinion of how I see the 7 deadly sins. But let me ask you something. Has anyone ever here committed one of the 7 deadly sins? Because if you have, then don't be afraid. Alright? Fear is nothing to be worried about. You know, it's alright to admit that you commit the 7 deadly sins. I committed the 7 deadly sins. I'm not proud of it. You know, I pray to God I try and do the right thing and something like that. But you know, it just takes time. All right, you don't have to be good all the time to be a better person. In my eyes, the best way to be a great person is to learn from your mistakes, admit what you did is wrong, and then try and find a way to overcome it in the nearby future. That's just how I see it. But you know, I hope you guys enjoyed some of that, and I'd like to hear some feedback or comments or like or subscribe or whatever. But yeah, the next topic I'm going to discuss is, wait for it, my favorite program, WWE. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and see you again. Good night.